if we look here, we're going to see mkcert is what I'm using basically. It's a free way to get certificates. It's already installed in the trust store, so you don't have to worry about it. Those certificates have been created, and I just want to show you guys this file here. This is the etc hosts file. So basically, you're specifying the local host IP address, and then I'm using Helix local as my basic domain, and then you have a prefix for each service. So these service names, they will match up with the dynamic file here, which is in Traefik here in the compose. So this gets basically installed. Every one of the services is here and defined. You would see this over here in the services here in Traefik. So you also have the routers here, and they're all defined. We just go to the dashboard, all the routers and services are there, and there's a little bit of middleware for some of the routes. But that's basically it there. You see Traefik, Helix, Local. This is the dashboard. This is a little bit of a special one. You wouldn't be running this in production, but it's fine here. I use this all the time, especially when you're setting up a new service. You want to make sure it's all working properly. And like I say, it's defined here. There's basically two files for Traefik. You have the major sort of definition file. It tells you the directory. That's where he's saving it. And these are the two wildcard certificates. So you have a private key and you have the public key. It's an X509 certificate that's created by the mkcert. And that is really the basis of it. In this Helix core, we've got, or the compose, you've got a Helix core. There's this folder here is for the LLM definitions, and this is for the main definitions. And then it would be right in here, you've got these different Docker files. There's even a requirements folder in there for that, for those services. And there's some Realm stuff there. It's a little bit confusing, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. It works quite well. There you have some of this stuff, but we don't really need to get too much into it right now. But basically, you're running three stacks: the core stack, the LLM stack, and the main stack. I also have a media stack. I've got another stack here, for example. And that's where you're defining. This is another application I made for teaching people how to learn languages. But if we look, I'm going to show you, for example, let's go back to the terminal. Sorry, the terminal here. Just pop that up. And let's see here. Maybe I've got one open here. Yeah, here we've got all the services. This is getting refreshed every 60 seconds. This is one way to do it. So that just got refreshed. And but you can see all the services are here basically. This is just a little sort of health script that I made up, and it connects to the logs. Dozzle I'm using, you can use Portainer, for example, to look at logs, but I like the Dozzle. It's quite nice. Let's look at Keycloak, for example, and I think I can just hold down and here Dozzle is running, and we're looking at some of these. These are ones I've pinned up here. There's the Keycloak. You can see the logs here. This is pretty clean. There's no problems there. Um, Looks like there might have been a problem, I guess, a while ago, a couple days ago, but nothing. There's nothing. This could have been some log and stuff. Doesn't really matter. Let's look at the Postgres there, for example. Everything is fine here. So it's an easy way to look at logs. Your Grafana. I started up the Mailhog the other day. Everything is fine there. Mailhog is the internal mail server. And we even have N8N installed here, which is kind of nice. I don't use it too much. There's Traefik there. You can see that's pretty nice, pretty clean. So you can monitor the logs quite nicely. And actually, there's a little bit of a self-healing system I set up so the LLM internally can monitor the actual errors. There you can see that Vault was running. There's the unseal key there, root token. Um, so when that boots up or spins up, these are all the services. You see here, this one is not running. That's the music server. It seems to be off, I think. Might be on. That's just some music server I made up. Anyways, I hope that helps a little bit to explain Traefik and how it is configured. I'm not sure if I've done that really well.